Well, hello there. It's that time again. It is time for that blog that every week succeeds in blazing its way into your heart. We also, of course, do want to blaze our way into your mind. I don't know about your body, but
well,
direct the body
that's a whole
under the guidance of spirit. There we go. There we go. My name is Bob Decker, and this is my friend and associate, Marissa Cohen.
It's very nice to be here and happy to be back.
Yes, we're glad to have her back from San Fran. She survived, not just survived
the trip, but the trip was beautiful. It's gorgeous out there.
I know it is.
Wonderful.
I know it's wonderful out there in Cali. Beautiful, beautiful weather, beautiful people. Very nice place to be. And
wonderful.
We're in a good place right now. We're here in Modern Zen, here in Davie, Florida. And today's date is the 17th of September of 2010. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and start doing our 3-card reading. The first card is the last card of the previous week's reading. Now that card is known as the 5 of Swords, entitled Defeat. Now it looks pretty yucky. It's like an upside down pentagram made of swords. Swords are air, the mind. It's attributed to Venus in Aquarius. So it's basically kind of like, in a way, a mental weakness. All right? In a way, it can be mental vacillation, and it's certainly self-defeating mental energy that gets in our way. Now, I haven't had too bad of a time with it, all right? Though I did break down and buy a new camera yesterday.
Which is what we're taping on.
Yeah, which is what we're taking this on. You may see a change in the quality. I certainly do hope for the better, all right? We hope that you enjoy it. But yeah, we are now offering the Blazing Blog in 1080p. Oh my God. Oh boy, here we go.
And didn't we say this tapes with surround sound?
Yeah, this also records in surround sound. I don't think you're going to get that.
if you really want the experience, you can hook it up to...
Yeah, hook it up to your TV set. I don't know, you might be streaming this to your TV. People do that nowadays.
Yeah, it's true.
They have fun with that. What do you got to say about this card, kiddo?
Well, as far as we said it was 5 of Swords, yes?
Yes.
With 5 of Swords, I've always seen it as sort of, it's feeling like you're in an impossible situation and there's really nowhere to go with it. And what's interesting about that is we've just come out of Mercury in retrograde, as we've seen in the weeks coming up, and we're finally free of that. We're finally out. So I see that interesting in terms of feeling like you're in an impossible situation that's sort of locked down and there's nowhere comfortable to move, which is what retrograde tended to feel like for a lot of people.
Yes.
And now we're thankfully finally out of that. We actually came out of that on the 12th.
Yeah,
so I think that'll be really, really helpful in moving forward.
Oh yeah, it's so wonderful to be out of those, to be out of that restriction.
It's good. And we're still actually in we're still in the shadow period. We'll still be in the shadow period until about September 23rd, but the energy is a lot less heavy than what it was coming up to this, so that's nice.
Yeah, it sure did lighten up considerably, and that is certainly a blessing.
Yes, absolutely.
Now the next card is the 7 of Cups. Now the 7 of Cups looks pretty yucky. Okay, it's these cups dripping all this ooze and slimy looking stuff, and it's basically energy dying on the vine. It's basically a sense of, well, it's called debauch. Now, it doesn't literally have to mean orgies and wild goings on, though that would be interesting, but what it really amounts to is anything that drains our energy. Anything that is draining our energy. See, the last card we were Venus in Aquarius. Now, it's interesting, we're Venus in Scorpio. And that is remarkable, and she's going to tell you why. What's
so interesting about that, we were talking about it just before we started taping today, is that as of, I want to say it's actually the 14th, I believe, we're in Venus in Scorpio. We'll be in Venus in Scorpio until about November 7th. And what that means is Venus in Scorpio is a sign that really, it's sort of like taking, because Venus is the planet of love, it's Aphrodite, mixing it with Scorpio, which is sort of like throwing ideals of love and classical love and things like that at sort of Keith Richards, because Scorpio is just likes to get in there. It's deep, it's dark, passionate. People who have Venus in Scorpio, and also with this placement that's happening now, they really want. They don't want anything frivolous. They want things to be serious. They're also very psychologically astute, probably a little dark, very clever, able to get into the surface quickly, but not always. And sometimes the energy with Venus, as you were saying with Aquarius, is a little bit takes some creativity to handle well.
Yes.
Because Venus is doing very, very well in signs like Libra and Taurus, because they're both ruled by Venus. But with Scorpio, it's a little bit more like a rock and roll concert than Venus rising from the waves. Scorpio's love thing is very intense. They love anything, vampires, darkness, all that good stuff. Fun stuff. So the second you said debauched orgies, and you were like, that would be interesting, I was kind of going, that is a little Scorpio. A little bit, yeah. So that's very interesting that card is representing exactly astrologically where we've just moved and where we're going to be for about the next month and a half.
Yes, that indeed is. That's very, very interesting, Marissa. Now our next card is the Two of Discs, also known as the Two of Pentacles if you're looking at a Rider-Waite pack. Now the Two of Discs represents harmonious change. It does represent at times financial ups and downs. That's how I've always interpreted the card when I'm reading people. I see it as a sort of going through a period of roller coaster. Okay, things going up and down and changing, and that's part of the rhythm of life. It's attributed to Jupiter in Capricorn, which is two kind of interesting. Jupiter, planet of expansion, in the sign of Capricorn, in which Saturn does very, very well. Okay, because Saturn is restriction. Capricorn is a sign that tends to want to organize things, structure things, put things together very carefully. Jupiter is kind of like carefree. Jupiter says, I'm having a good time. I'm happy today.
Jupiter boards a flight to anywhere international and goes, yeah, here's what we're doing.
So tell us more about Jupiter and Capricorn, though.
Well, Jupiter and Capricorn, yeah, I think what Bob said was right on the money. Jupiter is an expansive energy, as I was joking about before. It's international. It's anything that is large. I mean, believe it or not, the sketch comedy troupe Monty Python has actually been attributed to Jupiter because it's large, it's funny, it's over the top in many, many ways. And a lot of stand-up comedy troupes sort of get compared to the idea of Jupiter. Jupiter is also publishing rights, anything that's international publishing rights, anything that's larger than that's big. Also things that have philosophical bents. And when you throw Capricorn into the mix, it does sort of pull back on the reins a little bit, because Capricorn really wants things to be structured and organized and neatly written on the calendar, and it does sort of pull back on the sort of wild. It's a little bit like The Odd Couple, honestly. It's like you have Felix and Oscar, and one of them's like, and the other one's like, no, put your laundry away. That's sort of what's going on. And also, what's interesting is on September 9th, we went into Jupiter and Pisces. We had been in Aries for a while, and now we've gone backwards. It's not the movement of the planet itself hasn't retrograded, but the planet itself went backwards. In other words, we went from Aries to Pisces, which is sextile to Capricorn. So that energy that we're astrologically in right now is going to be grounded and tempered by the card that you had with Jupiter in Capricorn, because Pisces is also a mutable sign. It's dreamy, it's not very organized, and so the Capricorn energy that Bob pulled is really going to kind of put the reins on that and pull it into place.
Yes,
it's better.
Yes, it's definitely going to do that. That's for sure.
It's got no other choice. Because if Pisces is just, if Jupiter's not doing the laundry, Pisces is sitting in a corner listening to Pink Floyd and reading Tolkien. I mean, it's that kind of energy.
That's funny. So Marissa, tell us, how can they get a hold of you if they want one of these astrological readings or some mediumship done? Or
you can go to www.happyganesh.com or happyganesh.net. Either one is fine. And you can just drop me a line. There's many things on the website that are a lot of fun. I have a blog where I regularly write about astrological things and mediumship and sometimes grief and loss, which I work with a lot. There's also, if you're watching this and you're not in Florida, there's a really, really great new thing up now in the pricing section, which is PayPal. So you can go and actually purchase a reading and get a reading from me anywhere in the country, or out of the country if you want, if it's going that far, to plug into Jupiter. So that's a lot of fun as well. Also, every Thursday night, I'm having a manifestation class from 7:45 to 8:45 p.m. here at Modern Zen. And also, starting on October 25th, I'm going to be running a 4 to 5 week astrological class. Monday nights, I believe it's from 7 to 8, and you can watch my website in the coming week for more details about that. So that'll be a lot of fun. And you can go ahead and call the store, which is 954 625-6775 to sign up for that. So it's good stuff.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's all good. It's all very, very good. And to get in touch with me, please check out my website, www.bobdecker.net. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there. My phone number's there, links to my other websites, links to my podcasts, and last but not least, my web store. I'm proud to offer some beautiful downloads on that, stuff that'll help you sleep, things that'll help you relieve stress, things that'll help you meditate, and they're inexpensive, under $10 for download, and there's also free podcasts available. You'll find those if you go up on the site, and if you subscribe to my weekly newsletter, The Electric Oracle, you get even more free stuff, so do check that out. Well, listen now, we love you, we do care about you, we appreciate you watching our Blazing blog, as we will continue to blaze until we meet you again. Many, many blessings.